I don't, there's no way to encapsulate. Excuse me, folks. I'm about to talk about an absolute icon, an absolute legend. And not just for his surfing, not just for his pose. You gotta have your toes over to do it right, right? Not just for that pose. I'm talking about the spirit of surfing. I'm talking about the soul of surfing. This man was one of the originators, one of the creators of the sport, of the activity, of what we love to do. Without this guy, surfing would probably be boring, Jim. I hate to say it. He changed everything. He started it off. He put the F-U-N in surf fun. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Man, you got an honor right here. This is a big moment for Jim Kempton, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be a big moment for all of you, too. Jim?
All right. I guess I'd start out by saying, what can you say about somebody who stunt doubled as Gidget? Right? But I'm going to tell you again, just a few things that I bet none of you know. The first one is his dad played in a national orchestra on bass. He grew up with classical music. You're going to hear some when he comes up. He was an Eagle Scout. Huh, you know, Mickey's old enough to be, that meant something. That was a big deal. And what does the Boy Scout say? Be prepared. And you know what? Mickey was ready to be prepared when it happened for him. When people gave him the opportunity in surfing, he took it. He survived a 14-day shipwreck traveling 700 miles in a catamaran with a broken mast. You got to be kind of prepared when that happens, right? But he was also, and this is, I don't know how well known a fact, but there were a lot of real legends that surfed Waimea Bay the very first day in November 1957. There was Bing, who's here right now. There was Greg Knoll. But one of those 5 guys was Mickey Muñoz. He surfed the very first wave at Waimea Bay in 1957. But you know, with all these people, and you've noticed that every one of these people that we've honored tonight has something that they've given back to the community. They're not just surf stars or great filmmakers. You know, Greg has been an enormous environmentalist. LJ has, you know, served his city and as a fireman, and Mary Lou has worked tirelessly to make it a better world in surf competition. And this guy ran what we called the Mongoose Cup. And it was a paddleboarding race, and I'll tell you a little bit about Mickey, because Mickey's about, I don't know, he's at least maybe 7 or 8 years older than me, and we all entered this contest, and you know what we all said to one another when we took off? Dear God, I hope we can keep up with Mickey. So I'd like to bring this gentleman up now, and I think he's got a little presentation to give. Please welcome Mickey Muñoz.
Oh my God. All right. So
This is Vivaldi's The Four Seasons. This is springtime, because that's where Mickey always is. This one?
oh, okay. So this is not my forte. I'm a surfer by trade, but and I asked Jim, you know, because I was nervous about getting up here, and I've been riding a bicycle. Are you kidding? I don't want to get caught in the chain. Or yeah, what's a chain? Yeah. So I'd asked Jim, I said I was really nervous about getting up here, and I want all my friends up here with me because, you know, they're my life, and I've been so lucky to be surrounded by, you know, the best, all of you. So, you know, one of my mantras is we are all so lucky to be surfers. And yeah, all of us. So I have a little story about surfing. One of the things that's usually asked, you know, when I'm in conversation or being interviewed is, what's the best wave you've ever ridden? So I throttled back to starting at Hobie's, learning how to patch boards, running the gamut of the surf industry. Now I'm selling boards and I'm actually riding them reasonably well. So I had a bit of a reputation. So Hobie sent me to the East Coast, and this is a budding surf industry. You know, surf shops are starting, and I'd rent a car in Miami and drive to Maine, you know, servicing and schmoozing the dealers. So I get up to Maryland, and a young guy who started a surf shop there, he introduces himself. My name is Bill Wise. And we talk a little bit, and then he goes, let's go surfing. I go, that's the best part of my job. So he takes me surfing. We paddle out. It's a funky, blown out, knee-high to waist-high day, but it's warm. The water's warm, no one else in the water. And we're kind of getting acquainted and riding waves. Bill takes off on a wave, and I'm kind of looking, searching around. I get my own wave, and I turn around and I look for Bill, and I can't see him. Finally, I see his board inside, fins up. And I go, where's Bill? And then I see him. Bill's face down in the water. Holy shit. I scramble my way in. I get to Bill, and you know, lifeguard experience and everything. I slide Bill up onto my board. He's fully conscious in 3 feet of water, drowning. Broken neck, can't move. Suddenly his life has changed big time. I call a kid from the beach, comes out, and he helps me in. Bill's a 200-pound guy, and we have him on my board. We carry him into the beach. The kid calls 911. The ambulance comes. They take him to the hospital. Bill's in the hospital. You know, all through the earlier weeks, Bill is going, damn, Mickey, I wish you'd just let me drown. His wife, Rosalie, is pregnant with their 4th child, and Bill's life changed big time. Well, we kept in touch through the years. Bill progressed, came out of his funk, learned how to live, you know, barely. You know, full day for him is getting up, you know, going to the bathroom, brushing his teeth, eating breakfast, getting dressed, and then getting back in bed. People would send him talesmen from all over the world that he could hang above his bed. I sent him a pelican feather from San Clemente Island, and Bill could fly vicariously on that feather. He finally learned how to write, put a pencil in his teeth, and he could write, and he learned how to shoot his camera, had a rack and everything. He could adjust the camera with his tongue. And life went on. Finally, computers got smart enough that he could talk into them, and he started giving his advice, what he had gone through in his life, to other people that, you know, all these kids, you know, skateboarding and snowboarding and motorcycle racing and riding, doing flips and breaking their backs or necks, and they're quadriplegic or. So about 25 years from that date, he and Rosalie are coming to California to have fun and visit. Hobie and Dick Metz helped Bill all through his time, and I had been in touch with Bill a lot, and I go, Bill, when you and Rosemary get out, when you get out here, I want to take you out on my boat, and we'll cruise around. And he goes, great. He was all excited. I had a boat that I built in Dana Harbor, catamaran. And so Bill comes out, it's a round of parties and everything. And the day before they're supposed to come down the boat, he's going, Mickey, I'm so tired. I don't think I can do this. And I go, come on. How are you going to get me on the boat? Don't worry, we'll do it. So I had a friend, Richard Broussard, my wife, Peggy, and I kind of pre-planned this and told him what I had planned to do. And finally, Bill and Rosemary show up, and we roll him down in his wheelchair, and I put a bunch of planks on so we could roll him up on the boat. And then I had him set under, I had a fairing from hull to hull that was about that high, and we could slide him in his wheelchair with his knees underneath, and I strapped the wheelchair down so if, we're sailing and motoring and, he wasn't going to bounce around. And this is Rosemary's second time ever on a boat. So, she was in shock. She wasn't a surfer at the time. So we leave Dana Harbor and we cruise to Doheny, and there's surfers out, pretty good swell. And we cruise on down to San Clemente Pier, and I'm pointing out all the local surf spots. And we get out to Cotton's Point. Cotton's Point's going off pretty good. A lot of riders out there. Bill's going crazy. I mean, he's just, oh God. I mean, this is bliss for him. And we get to Upper Trestles, and we hang out there for a while. I see a set coming at Lowers. So again, pre-planned, I told Peggy and Richard what I had planned to do. And we hot-footed it to Lowers, and we got the last wave of the set, good-sized set, overhead. And we take off in this wave, and Bill is going absolutely nuts. He's trying to, do a Quasimodo, and Rosalie, she's in shock because second time on a boat, now she's surfing. And we've got surfers on both sides of us. They see what's going on. They are elated and hooting, and I'm hooting, but it's a lot of responsibility because if, we end up the boat or don't make the wave, we swim away, he doesn't. So he might have gotten his original wish that I'd let him drown. Anyway, we make the wave, we pull out at the end, and we're still in motion, and I drop the helm, and now I'm in his arms, and we're crying, and we're laughing, and we're hooting, and this amazing amount of energy. I mean, what a wave, what a ride. So Peggy and Richard and I suit up, we anchor, and Peggy and I suit up, and we paddle in and go surfing. And we paddle out, it's a beautiful sunrise, or sunset rather, and Rosalie's sitting in Bill's lap, and they've got their arms around each other, and they're enjoying the sunset. And for us, that was like, oh, wow. The love and the whole emotional day. And so so they got so energized by it. And again, Rosalie wasn't a water person, but they took scuba lessons after they got home. And imagine being a quadriplegic. Underwater was like being in space. So they're breathing underwater, and their Christmas card. They have their mouthpieces out and they're kissing underwater. Yeah. So we are lucky to be surfers, I tell you. What a wave. What a ride. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Nice.
Oh, you didn't need the hook, Jim. Wow. Thank you.
Wow. Mickey Muñoz, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Rel's son gave me this one. So this is a Rel's son, and
And I was with Rel when we got this at a thrift store in Hawaii decades ago.
we're lucky to be surfers.
I see a bumper sticker in my future. We're lucky to be surfers. Mickey Muñoz. One more time. Quasimodo. Where's Josh Martin? Come on up, Josh. Give it up for Josh Martin. When you hear what went into this next board, no pressure.
Yeah, it was neat to talk with Mickey about what we were going to make. And my cousin Miguel, he's told me several times, he says, Mickey's got a lot of radical surfboards at his house. And Miguel always has told me, he says, if I can have one surfboard, it's this twin fin up on the, you know what? It's probably the one I would want too. Well, I got to make a replica of it. And I think Mickey should say a little bit about surfing it.
Well, I kind of call this, it's not the middle of the road board. It's not the middle of the road design. I shaped it in 1971, and I was surfing a place called Middles, and there was no one else really surfing there. I don't remember seeing very many people, but I spent a lot of time there, and one of my strategies would be if I saw anybody walking up towards Lowers, walking by Middles, I would paddle like I'd just gotten a great wave from Lowers, and I was on my way up there. But really, I had developed a way to paddle backwards so that I could be back in the lineup. I would never take off in a wave if anybody was walking by. So I rode a lot of waves with that, and the fins, a guy by the name of Tim Cousins, who worked at Hobie's and started doing resin art, and he had a booth in the art festival in Laguna and stuff. He made the original fins for what this board was duplicated at, and Josh did these, and they're beautiful. And it's very similar to what Tim did. And we call them acid splashes, and that's what he did. Did a lot of acid, and he he made. Not me. No. Well, Josh doesn't need acid. No, he did a fabulous job, and it's yeah. Anyway, it's a precious board.
It was really it was a real privilege to be able to be Mickey's hands and feet here to create this one.
Give it up for Josh. Give it up for acid too, because without acid, we wouldn't have these fins. And if you have any, never mind. So, this is, I don't think we should even sell it. This should just go straight to the museum. Right? But we have to. We have to. This is your last chance, folks, in 2024. Your last chance to get a piece of surfing history. 100% balsa. Look at this, guys. Hold up your hands, young man. Oh, young man, did you have something?
I need to add a little bit to this that I forgot about. When we buy bundles of balsa wood, they were always surrounded by sort of scraps of balsa, so that the things that hold it together, the bundles, wouldn't cut into the real good balsa. And I saved all of these, so I think my board has 21 laminations in it, and Josh was able to replicate that, and that board is within a quarter of a pound of what the original is. So he did a fabulous job. It's really good. A lot of work, a lot of soul, a lot of heart went into it. So
Yeah. Josh, hold up those hands one more time. Let me see these hands. There you go. Those hands, that heart, right there. Those hands, that heart. That's what went into making this board. A lot of stories. And as Mickey said, he's not a talker, so. Yeah. So if you buy this board, will you tell one more story to the person that buys this board in the back? Maybe. For the right price. And of course, remember, this all goes to the California Surf Museum. This all goes to preserving the history, the past, the present, the future of the thing we love so much. Let's get a round of applause for surfing and for surfers and for the person that takes this board home. We got to start the bidding here at $2,000, folks. That is $2,000. That was easy. $2,000 for this board. We got two right here. Let's go $2,500. We got $2,000. We got 25 right there. Let's do this. Let's do this proper. We got 25 over here. Let's go $2,750. We do have $2,750. One of a kind. $2,750. Let's go $3K. Let's go $3K. $3,000 right here. Let's go $3,250. We got three right here. $3,250. That Mickey Muñoz. Josh made this thing with his bare hands. And look at the fins. It's signed by Mickey. It's signed by Josh. There we go, $3,000 right there. Did I say three? I'm making things up as I go. $3,000 right there. You were three. Oh, he's $3,250. Thank you for your service. $3,250 right there. You almost got a good deal. $3,250 right there. $3,250. Let's go $35. There you go. $35 right there. We got $3,500. Let's go $3,750. I think that's a good, nice number. It looks good on a tax form. Hello, government. $3,750. Take that off the bottom line. Let's go. Give it right back to me. $3,750 over there. Your wife is saying, yeah, do it. Let's go. $3,750. The whole family's going to pitch in. You guys are going to pitch in a little bit. $3,750. We got 35 over here. 35. You got $3,250. Yep, 40. You got four. Do we have four right here? I think I heard a little rumor about four right here. And I know you're thinking about it. Think about it. Four? Okay, what are we at now? 37. We're at 35 right here. 35. You're 35 right here. I'm getting worse as an auctioneer through the night. $3,500. Thank you. We wear glasses together. We're doing this. We're at $3,750 over here. We're at 35 over here. $3,750 over here. So 35 for now. That seems like a very good price for such a piece of art right here. $3,750. I know this guy, Sean. He's a great surfer. He's got glasses too. Look at the whole family's excited about it. $3,750. Look, these kids don't need Christmas presents. Come on. $3,750. They can ride the board on weekends. We got 35 here. We're looking at $3,750 right there. Let's go $3,750. All right. Four. Great. Four is an awesome number. Mickey's right there. He's looking at you. He's looking right at you. And he will tell you a story. Let's go four. Let's call it a night. Let's get everybody home in bed by 10 o'clock p.m. Or we can all go to the bar together and celebrate this incredible thing that you did for the California Surf Museum for your board collection. I'm not even looking over, I'm not looking right at you. I'm looking over here. Okay, we're at 4. We're at 3750. We're about to be at 4. 3750 is going once. It's like that. She just said the F word. That means she's about to say 4. 4 is the F word. $4,000 right over here. And might I remind you that you can buy the centerpieces for $20, but if you buy this board, you get it free. That's on me. That's on me. We're at 4,000 over here. Do we have 4,200? 4,000, 4,200. 4,000 right here. Do we have 4,200? Look, Greg McGillivray is right there. He's looking at you. He's like, that would be awesome. I mean, the guy invented IMAX. You can go $4,200, right? Did you change the way we watch cinema? Then you can go 42. We're at 4 over here. Take off my jacket? Okay. Okay. Will that help? Wingnut, that's gonna help. Okay. We're at 4. We're at 4 going once. Do we have 42? We are at 4 going twice. Do we have 42? This man is struggling. He's got an internal battle happening. We're at 4 going twice. Ladies and gentlemen, this board is sold for $4,000. And you get a personalized story from Mickey Muñoz. Something juicy, please. Wow, what a great night, Jim Kempton.
Let me use yours.